Okay, the date of the consent, the proposal amendments to the communication are the multimedia item. The 47 times in is the person as a follow the 用这段把这 94 94 614 and the 正号 defense and the 611 and the defense and the 110 and the prosecutor 张一放. The counter is not in instance. Today the case is whether the one done through the communication and the multimedia factor the proposal execute where the conflict of the execution creator. All remix would be the based on the facts and the lawyer and the counter room and remain the order. We will now hear from the pending forward the media production and followed by the human rights lawyer.
I speak to the notion for myself as a journalist, but when people surrounding the Facebook is not attention, it necessary for nature of the lawyer. What is it is you bring the side. National security should not changing on we have people this needs the whole outside and environmental causes and all of this. Our crew friendly shocking foreign their own address. Working on July. This is not bad. Our person only Reza was the rest of the market. Malaysia meeting was final half of meaning reaching polluted homes. This case shows how the law is already used against terrorists. All hours we are only dependent on sometimes expect more power of control help everybody. If report will be intended, the public loses our fact and the public will its condition.
I will say a few more words from the perspective of law and constitution. Article 10 of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia clearly grants freedom of speech and expression. As through the Constitution allow restriction for the sake of national security and public order. This restriction must meet the three conditions for clear, necessary, and moderate, which are the principle for a modern society under the rule of law. But this should be a law through requirements and where is the standard of innovation national secret. Without a clear definition, any speech may be delayed as eulogy. To close to this is equivalent to giving the government almost living room for explanation. From the perspective for international law, Article 19 of the United Nations International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights stipulates that restriction on freedom or expression can only be implemented in urgent and necessary case, and the restriction may be as few as phrases as possible. This only defined and toward law will simply be regarded as a privilege human right by the international community. Therefore, I must solemnly point out that this wage amendment not only violates Article 10 of the Constitution, but also dividing from the medical spirit for national international human rights law. Your Honor, in order to defend the Constitution and the freedom of the people, please the court to reject this bill or require strict amendments.
Okay, the Plentiful has concluded their assessments. The delegates now the present argument.
I must clarify that the amendments to the Communication and the Multimedia Act and the proposed cybersecurity bills are not intended to suppress the media or deprive citizens of their freedom, but to safeguard the overall interests of the nation and the people. The purpose of this amendment is to provide law enforcement with a faster and more effective tools to curb false information and cybercrime. I must stress, legitimate journalism will not be affected if journalism reports based on verified facts. The government neither will nor can restrict them or target its malicious fabricator, fraudsters, and hate speech. Not responsible media. This is not unique in Malaysia. Countries such as Australia, Singapore, and members of Europe have already legislated to regulate cybersecurity and information make Malaysia believable in really becoming a safe haven for cybercrime. In order, national security is the condition for freedom. Without security and order, freedom has no foundation.
And the defense has concluded their assessments, make the prosecutor present leaning on back on the public.
I agree the government need new or based law. In 2023, there were over 30,000 cyber fraud cases. And misinformation, hate speech on social media, causing public safety need protection. But who decide what's misinformation or harmful? If only the government decide too much power could lead to abuse. People might think the law sentences disagreement not for practice. So if the law passes, great and independent oversight with court, academic media and civil groups towards enforcement is not to helping now, but to make translate and trust the enforcement service public. Security and freedom are concise, they balance too much focus on one public problem. Clearly matter.
Okay, the future opinion could submit. Now the defense, the future may present the report.
Your Honor, I want formally with the claim of the defendant and the prosecutor for the defendant that you law unpaid, using steps and techniques as examples for understanding laws, the Penal the Communication and Multimedia Act, and the financial regulations providing cover these issues. The real problem is not the labor law, provide the employment fair and transparent, giving the government further and the powers to report the procedure. Second, the defendant appeal the witness can later modify the regulations or laws, but history shows otherwise. The Hungary government arrest people appear, and Malaysia emails 5 billion for readers to come. This case is proven that the law is unclear its critics of the government who are both non-urbanist. So the prosecutor suggests a independent oversight body. This has shown that such a body has no judicial power. It is only some of all still accountability involved terms of independent because responsibility for oversight is just regulation. Your Honor, Article 10 of the Federal Constitution clearly acts freedom of speech. Freedom is not part of choice. Ensuring the comes from the power of becoming human. Each government can decide under whether and what comes first. Any identified violence, therefore, all some identities must be done. They can be clearing and benefit cause. This court should rule the unconstitutional and reject them.
The voice from side of clear in the proceed to the freedom levies. The
First and future, in principle, we welcome oversight, but we must avoid protectionism that slows down enforcement efficiency. Centers drive change rapidly if everything must go through cumbersome procedures. The governments will struggle to protect the public safety dependent. This answer is not important of what you will do so. Without the properly reason, an independent oversight should have efficiency. It is important that some escapes for unlimited power must be really treated away for the sake of so-called faith. I stress again that our goal is to protect the people, not to suppress freedom. If society forces to child policy by false information, everyone will become a victim.
Journalists and the public trust allowing increase knowledge, explainers, power, is immediately they have to worry about facility for reporting on corruption, where remains in this world.
Luckily, the government has no intention of obstructing legitimate reporting. We target punishes fabrication and fraud. Please do not unlike the oversight being managing falsehoods.
Both sides if this law was applied. Will you normalize side of the oversight of the law passage and the last law review it?
Prosecutor will agree with our idea that abuse of power can be avoided only when the law is clear, defined, and the final decision is handed over to the judiciary.
Prosecutor has about this position as well. Power objects will always be to produce independent oversight as a judiciary in unrelated stuff. Sir, I constantly state that we may consider at least intensive oversight mechanism, but the scope of the judicial review must remain limited. Otherwise, in urgent matters of national security, enforcement efficiency will be severely compromised.
all others have a fully interest in revenue. The providing service is not only real person to the clothing settlement.
I would like to emphasize once again that fresh freedom is not a right of individual justice, but a guarantee for the people to option their choose. During the amendment is passed, the media will be silenced the argument of legal special, and the people will be escaped. Democracy without use recommendation is like saying without the context, only division from revelation.
This bill when chiefly for national security as the Belgian nation coupled with the limited discretion of the government, is essentially a violation of Article 10 of the Constitution to implement such a law without restriction is tantamount to letting power prevail over the Constitution.
The government has never denied the importance of freedom, but I want to remind you that without security, the so-called freedom is just empty talk. Wrong and hate speech are legal right. If the law is not corrected, the victim will be ordinary people. The law is not to set right, but to keep the left.
Also a fashion, and that involves after but without first being transparency and all sides tables this rule. We work new laws in independence alongside and the talks within without the public trust here.
有这个truly versus constitutional. Clearly must protect the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Without the benefits, we want to issue any policies and change allowing politics without attracting structures will only become a fellow operations.
Okay, the closing segments are the conclusions. The culture will now give us the final judgments. The culture has a fear of life. Yes, naturally spirit is a mountain. But freedom of the speech and the article sin is the here our democracy. The amendments cannot take the effect on this. They are included in the constitution, independence, policy, and revenue. Without they are save the guards. They are constitutional. Therefore, the ruler that's in mentioned the spendings until the lawyer respects both the security and the freedom.